that molestation part. I made it a point to share that, man, because you will be amazed of how many young people have dealt with that
Yeah.
or are dealing with that,
Mm-hmm.
but they're afraid to speak up. They don't have the courage. That's why I made it a point to bring mine to light. Everything I was made me everything I am.
Woo. What's
Everything.
up, everybody? My name is Mel, and welcome to Life Coaching by Mel. Here at Life Coaching by Mel, we speak truth. And when I say truth, I mean his truth. Not my truth, not your truth, the Lord's truth. We talk about the word, the will, and the ways of God. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We're here every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Everyone hit that like button. Everyone hit the comment section. Let me hear what you have to say about this amazing topic. Along with that subscription, make sure you hit that notification bell so you can get each and every one of my videos. Guys, we're getting to our next landmark. At the time of this video, I believe we're a little bit away from 7,000 subscribers. But whatever moment you're watching this video, please hit that subscribe button so you can help us grow even more. What I love to do on this channel is bring individuals on to share their story that can inspire us. Those that I may be inspired by, some that others may be inspired by. This thing that we call life brings so many ebbs and flows and ups and downs, and we all have a story, all have an individual journey, and I believe we can learn all from each other. And today I have a treat for you guys. I have my amazing uncle Andre is joining me today. How you doing today, Unc?
I'm doing well. I'm doing it well, nephew. And yourself?
Man, I'm doing amazing. It's an honor to have you on. I really appreciate you for joining us.
But one of the things that made me see that I had a serious problem, I knew it was I knew my mom and grandparents and my church people were praying for me.
Yeah.
I knew that I wasn't going all out. God has already told me and real to me that I'm the guy. I'm not going to die in that. I'm not. But me knowing that in my head, that kept me out there too. That
Yeah.
kept me out there because I'm not going to die like this. Let me go and enjoy what an addict mind, things like that.
Yeah.
And I knew I wasn't going to die in that. And when I went in that rehab, man, I was sincere. I set my butt. That's my fourth time into that rehab. That was the fourth time. I set my butt down. I didn't do a lot of talking in groups, in meetings. All I want to do was absorb. I want to feel like a sponge. I want to get all the knowledge I can about this thing, man.
Yeah.
And the turning point, we had a new administration come in. Because in the past, it wasn't mandatory to get you a sponsor and work the 12 steps of recovery, whether it's AA, NACA, whatever.
Yeah.
He made it mandatory. That was life-changing for me, nephew. Once I got me a sponsor, I got serious. I worked the 12 steps of recovery, man, step by step.
Yeah.
I didn't try to cheat. Those 12 steps are in that particular order for a reason.
Yeah.
Each step is designed to improve your relationship with God. That's what I needed. Because me growing up in church, I've seen people being delivered from drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
Instantly.
Yeah.
And I say, God, why can't they be me?
Yeah.
Come you don't deliver me like that? You know, conclusion I got? Because if I did, you wouldn't appreciate it.
Whew.
I want you to work for it. Work for it by these 12 steps right here. These 12 steps and these biblical principles. Then you will know. Because then you're going to be able to help somebody else.
Whew.
And I was like, what is my purpose, Lord? I don't even know why am I here? And revealed to me that thing that it caused me the most pain in my life, more than likely they're going to be tied to my purpose. That is my purpose. My purpose to help other people in addiction see the light. I know that. I'm living my purpose right now. Sponsor guys at the Salvation Army now.
Wow.
I have some success stories. And it's amazing when you sponsor the guy and you see that light come on after all of this darkness, man. Oh, that's a beautiful feeling, man. I'm not leaving Salvation Army. That's my purpose, man.
Yeah.
Not about money for me, because I know I can make more money elsewhere, but I will be living in my purpose.
Whew.
Walk around that place, man. I go to work every day. I go to work. I don't have to be at work until 7. You know what time I get there? 5:30 every morning. And when I sponsor guys and we work fourth and fifth step, you know what time I get out of there sometimes? 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Wow.
And guess what? I feel fulfilled. Feel fulfilled. That's my wife. She'll vouch for it. I love it. That's what I do, man. And God has restored. God has delivered. God has brought back everything that the devil tried to take from me.
Wow.
He brought my wife back. He brought my life back. He brought my kids back in my life. Let me back up a little bit. Another thing that helped me realize it was time to do something different. When my son was 17, he graduated from Lofton High School. He came over to live with me and Regina. And he was going to Richland College. And I was a little bit clean, and then I relapsed. And then he said, Daddy, I ain't leaving. I know you need me right now. Because he was going to leave and go back to Lofton. And then I told him, I'm going to go back into Salvation Army rehab. He said, I told him that, don't worry about it, son. Daddy going to get this right. He looked me dead in my eye with tears in his eye. He said, Daddy, what if you don't never get it right? Wow. And that touched me, man. That did something to touch me. For me to see where his mindset is at about his dad.
Yeah.
What if he never get it right? That was another motivating factor for me, man. That and the fact I had praying mothers, father, church people, and they didn't deserve to have a son doing the things I was doing.
Yeah.
Regina, your aunt didn't deserve to have a husband doing the things I was doing. They didn't deserve that. Yeah, I did this here for me. I got clean and sober for me. But the residual around that, the wife, the kids, in-laws.
Yeah.
I love my in-laws. You know it. And
Oh yeah.
they love me. They prayed me through this thing too, man. They didn't like the things I was doing, but they prayed me through it.
Yeah.
They prayed me through it, man. And how did I do it, Jamil? First thing, I had to admit that I had a problem. Life was completely out of control and unmanageable. That's step one of AA.
Yeah.
You know what I did second? I came to an understanding that only God can restore me to sanity, to my right mind. Step 3, that's the first action step. I made a decision to turn my life and my will over to God. And I did that. Oh, there was so much more work to be done, though. Work to be done. The scariest part of this program, man, is step 4. That's when you make that searching and fearless more inventory of everything that you are. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And you don't just, you got to write it down on paper. You got to write it down for you to see it. Yeah, keep it close to your vest. Nobody should see it but you and your sponsor.
Yeah.
But you got to do it. And my sponsor told me, Andre, if you do this 4th step right, when you and I sit down and do the 5th step, it should take us anywhere to 3 to 5 hours. Man, they ain't finna sit there and then with you no time. Yeah. You got to be thorough. I'm just tell you the things that I want you to know, you know? If you do that, man, you go back there and you go out there and use and drink again. I promise you, you got to be thorough from the very start. And what he meant by thorough, he was telling me that I have to go back over my whole life from my earliest memory. Remember, I got clean. What I'm about to be 59. I was 51 years old.
Yeah.
Up until the time, my earliest memory up until I'm 51. I had to write all that stuff down on paper.
Mm.
And that brought some emotions, it welled up some emotions back up into me that I hadn't felt in a long time. And I knew I hadn't dealt with them, but I had locked them and blocked them out for so long. But I had to share some things with him. They say secrets keep you sick, right?
Mm.
So I had to share some things that I've told people that I'm taking to the grave. I ain't telling nobody about this here.
Yeah.
But I had remember he asked me when he sat down, I asked him to be my sponsor. He asked me, "Are you willing to go through any links?" I told him, yeah, that's part of those any links, man.
Yeah.
I had to get totally honest with that dude and pour my heart out. And my sponsor was so cool. He didn't just let me sit there and talk and pour it out to him. He shared things with me, made me feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So that's why I try to make my sponsee feel comfortable. I don't just sit there and let them talk. I open up and share things that I've experienced.
Yeah.
Feel comfortable opening up. And man, once I did that fifth step with him, fifth step is actually when I share that fourth step, all this stuff I wrote down, when I share that to myself, God, and another human being, God is not trying to see that I'm sharing that so my sponsee can be nosy and find out things about me and judge me and talk bad about me.
Yeah.
God is seeing if you're gonna be willing enough to trust His process, or you're gonna be willing enough to put your trust in me, or you gonna make yourself vulnerable enough to put your trust in me.
Yeah.
That's the fifth step before. That was that, and that's oh man. If I've ever had an anxiety attack, it was doing that fifth step.
Yeah.
See, but I got through it.
Mm.
And step 6, they say they say we're entirely ready to ask God remove all of those defects of character, all those things that we are. We ask God, we ready. We not asking, we ready to ask God.
Yeah.
That's and 7 is actually asking God to remove them. That's 7. You ask God to remove those things. And when you ask God to remove all of those defects of character, all of those bad things that we ever done, you got to believe right then and there that God did that. Then you got to start carrying yourself at that moment that those things are no longer part of you. At that very moment, you got to believe that God did that.
Yeah.
Because we got a fifth step and sixth step and seventh step prayer that we pray, and we gotta immediately believe it. But guess what, nephew? There's more steps. And it was a tough one too. That step actually 9, but 8, where we make a list of people we had harmed in our past or doing our addiction. We had to make a list of all the people we had wronged. And man, but it was fortunate for me because my sponsee, I never understood this. Because I had to right a lot of wrongs. I had to go to some people and apologize, had to pay some people back. And he said, if you owe somebody, don't go there and apologize. Hey, man, I know I took this from you. I owe you this here. But don't go there and say, I'm going to pay you back when I get. No, you go there with some money in your hand and say, here's part of what I owe you, and I will pay you that every week or every payday until you say this debt is paid. You know?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And it ain't when you say it.
Yeah.
And that person says that debt is paid. And you got to be serious about it. But the beautiful thing about that, when you do that, go to them folks like that, there's a probably 80 or 90% chance they're going to say, Andre, don't even worry about that, man. Just keep doing. You know, but God want to see you be willing enough to go out there and do it, though.
Absolutely.
You got to be willing to do it. But my sponsor told me, Andre, after, cause the purpose of doing step 4 and 5 and writing all this stuff down, your sponsor is writing things down as you speak it.
Mm.
He making a list of all of your means that you're gonna have to go and right all those wrongs.
Yeah.
And a lot of those amends, I had to make an amend to my wife. Oh man. He said that, you know what? He said her name, Gina. She tired of you saying I'm sorry.
Mm.
She tired of hearing I'm sorry. So you make your amends by her by the way you live your life today.
Mm.
Go in there and said I'm sorry. She done heard that a million times. I say I'm sorry to her every day by the way I live my life. And she a living witness. I say I'm sorry to her by the way I live my life. I don't alcohol. I don't smoke weed. I don't smoke crack cocaine. I don't do nothing. Well, but, but um that's those are called living amends.
Mm.
I had to make that amend. I had to make amends to my mom. I had to write letters because she had already passed. Write letters, go to the grave site, read that letter to her, and
Mm.
then throw the letter away.
Mm.
You know, and it's beautiful, man, because what you're doing, you cleaning your side of the street. It's not about what people done to you.
Yeah.
It's what you done to others. And you got to clean your side of the street, man.
Yeah.
And step 9 is making direct amends wherever possible, except when to do so where injure them or others. You
Mm.
don't do it if you don't go make no amends if you gonna hurt somebody. We're
Right.
not hurting people, man. And that in a nutshell, that's how I got clean and sober. That's why I got clean and sober. I'm blessed. God is so good. God is a restoring God, man.
Mm.
Love my life now. I'm walking in my purpose. And I am elated about it, man. I am elated about it.
Man. Woo! Oh my goodness, that's so amazing. I mean, I speak for myself, but I know I speak for any listener. What
Uh-huh.
a powerful story of restoration, man. I mean, I'm talking about it's beautiful. And I had so many, well, a few at least follow-up questions, but I don't need it. I mean, you you covered them all. You covered them all. And what I love what I love about it the most is someone watching this may be like, well, okay, I can't relate because I haven't had a drug addiction or haven't sold drugs. But honestly, what you're saying applies to anyone that's struggling with anything.
Yes.
Because we're all a sinner saved by grace, and we all have things that the Lord is working on us with. And how
Yes.
many of us have to say sorry to our wife for the things that we do? It may not be the addiction, but it's something. How
Yes.
many of us have to make amends to people?
Yes. Yes. Life issues. Life issues.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we all can relate to this, and applying those steps can
Mhm.
very well be the thing that changes your life forever.
Amen. Most
And
definitely.
I really, I'm pumped up. I got so much energy, and I just saw your countenance going from one, talking about the beginning until
Yeah.
now
Right.
where you are. I just saw you you light up as well, man.
Life is fabulous.
Oh man,
Fabulous. And there's the thing there was a follow-up question that you asked. Like what would be my motto, my life motto?
yes, life motto.
I was ready for that one. I
Go.
was ready for that one. Everything I was made me everything I am.
Woo.
Everything I experienced, I had to experience to get to this here.
Mm,
That's God. Everything I was made me everything I am. That's my
yeah,
life.
I love it. Man, that's powerful, man. That is so powerful.
Appreciate you. I appreciate you, man. I love you. I thank you for the opportunity, man. Like I said, this is my first time sharing my story openly without being in one-on-one setting with my sponsees.
Yeah.
They've been trying to get me to do that at the center, but I just haven't felt comfortable enough. So this is just the beginning.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you a secret I haven't told many people. There's gonna be a book coming.
Woo! I love it. I love it. Breaking
A
news.
book coming. There's no, I mean, I haven't put pen to paper yet,
Yes.
but it's in here and it's in here. It's
Yes.
It's coming. It's
It's
coming.
beautiful, man. I already know it's gonna help so many and help free so many people, man. So many people in bondage have your same story. I mean, even to the molestation
Yeah.
aspect of it, how many young black men can
Yeah.
say that same thing,
Yeah.
man? And I mean, anyone can relate to it based on the things you have went through and God has brought you through, man. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
And then that molestation part, I made it a point to share that, man, because you will be amazed of how many young people have dealt with that
Yeah.
or are dealing with that,
Hmm.
but they're afraid to speak up. They don't have the courage. That's why I made it a point to bring mine to light.
Yeah.
If I can be just a little beacon of hope or beacon of light to help somebody else
Yeah.
in smallest way, my job is done then.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a part of my journey. Part of my story I've talked about on my channel before,
Mm-hmm.
molestation and
Mm-hmm.
how it led to promiscuity for
Yeah,
me, and
most definitely.
sex being my identity and things of that nature. So you don't
Yeah.
know people's story. We and the thing is, we lean more towards protecting young ladies, but
Mhm.
who's protecting the young guys? And
Exactly.
like
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
like you said, it's something that you taught to enjoy or to embrace
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah.
instead of realizing it's creating this aspect of you that is going to be so hard to break. You know.
And that's so true, brother. That is so true. You will be amazed how many brothers I sponsor share the same story with me. You will
Mm,
you will be amazed.
yeah,
You will,
man.
yes.
Well, I'm gonna give you the last word, Unc. Just close us out. Anything lastly you want to say? Like I said, I really appreciate you coming on. It's been amazing. But any last words you may have?
A man or a woman with issues, at the end of the day, they still a man or a woman.
Mm,
Yeah, because they have issues, don't judge them. Don't be. We all have issues, man. We all have some type of issue. At the end of the day, I'm still a man.
yeah.
Yeah, have issue. At the end of the day, she's still a woman.
Mm,
Just because she have issues, we all have them. And I'll close with that.
couldn't have said it better. Got to share that grace.
Hey,
For sure.
love
All
you.
right, Unc, man. Thank you so much for coming on once again. Love you. Hope you
Love
enjoy the rest of
you
your
too.
night.
All right.
All right. Talk to you
I
later.
said she love you too.
Oh, I love you too, Aunt. Gina.
All
Let's
right.
go.